We might beat this today, I ain't gonna lie. We might actually knock this out today. Let's see though. I gotta refresh. Get everything to come up. Oh, there it is. Okay, it popped up. I thought it wasn't going to for a second. So let's recap, try to remember what the hell happened last time. So I'm thinking it's Regina and the ventriloquist working together. So obviously Ben's going to be the one who gets arrested. I doubt you can't arrest the puppet. The ventriloquist is the one controlling the puppet. Yeah, pretty gross age discrepancy, but whatever the hell. It's Japan. They got their own rules and shit. I don't mean I have to agree with it. But now we're at the trial. We just took a recess because we're trying to basically figure out what's going on with the murder. The clown doesn't know who he saw, right? That's our whole premise right now, is that nobody actually knows who was wearing Max's getup. And I've had a couple of days to think it over, and I think Ben was wearing the costume. That's why he knows what was on the costume, so why he remembers it so well, because he's the one who had it on. He's probably around the same height as Max, but when they talk about the profiles, they don't mention their weight or their height. I just kind of assumed that it might be like the same size, and everyone's going based off of the three-piece getup. Ben thought for sure that him wearing the three-piece getup would be like, okay, well, there's no way anyone will mistake me for anybody else other than Max, right? Yeah, we're going to see about that. December 29th, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Sweetie, you have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly how you told me. Wait, exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. So in that picture they just showed us, they're implying that the coat and the hat were in the room with Max. Because I saw it just then hanging up. So the ringmaster already had on a coat. So because the coat wasn't there, did he have the hat on? I don't know. Maybe Russell tried to kill Ben. You know? Maybe he tried to kill Ben for trying to be with his daughter. Maybe he's like, yeah, you're old as shit. Trying to be with my kid. The hell is wrong with you, dude? You know? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume. Good point, Maya. Right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. When I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous. That's a fabulously possible possibility. But how do you not remember if he had on the costume, Max? You said possibility. You not know? Well done, Nick. What's up, Fourth? Welcome back. I did a little recap before we got started. It's probably going to be a little bit before I stream this again. It'll be during the week sometime, but it's just be a few days before I stream it again. So I figured I'd go ahead and knock one out today. I don't know if I'm going to finish the case today, though. I don't know how far along we are or how much we got left. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? I don't think he wanted to dress up like Max. I think he wanted to stay warm. So he probably put the hat on to keep his head warm. Because see how Max has got a shit ton of hair. Russell don't have that. If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was this silk hat. True. Or was my silk hat? What about my cloak? Where did that go? Oh, yeah, that's true. They swear the coat was there. They swear he had on the coat and the white roses. We have not seen the coat or the white roses. The monkey didn't take it because neither one of those things are shiny. I don't think, at least. And the hat was there. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Where did the rest of the three-piece set go? Did they keep it on by mistake because it was still cold, so they kept it on and took it somewhere else? We haven't been to Ben's room or Regina's room, if they have rooms. So. And also, we haven't seen Acro, who could have still done it, and maybe he's wearing the jacket. That's why we haven't seen him. He's trying to find a place to hide it. But he doesn't have a motive, so we just know he exists on a whim. Wow, wow, Max. I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president. Okay, bro. You have no idea how hard it is, or how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. We're back in the trial. I thought for sure Francisco was going to heckle us or something. But now it's time for a really sad portion of this, I'm pretty sure. Here comes the clown. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Bon Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Why do people... Okay, he looks sad now. And he looks sad when we met him. The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. My name is Mo... I'm not going to say it. Ow, damn. In West... What? What did that say? In West Philadelphia, born and raised. Oh, he did the freaking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing. That's funny. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. Wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited in this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Nobody laughed. Oh, that's brutal. That's a lot of my jokes. Okay. How about this? Have you met the proctologist, Mr. Seymour Butts? How about that one? Damn. Your name. Lawrence Curls. But a couple of clowns that were up to no good, I saw that on the stream just now. Okay. He's keeping it up. I like that. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. Welcome to Mo's. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m., the day of the murder. Correct? Yes. Yes, it was. Or yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked without the humor, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo. Can't be his normal stoogey self in the court. I mean, that works in our favor. Imagine we had to decipher his jokes to figure out what the hell was happening. What you witnessed. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown. This is a testimony, by the way. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I've even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously? Everyone? What do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of the case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? How do I sound? Now that that's settled, shall we begin? Yeah, we sound good. Okay, cool. Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. What you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was the Ringmaster and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the Ringmaster over the head. It's very interesting. If this witness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There is no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, off kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. I like this song that's playing, by the way. One of the OSTs for this game. It's kind of refreshing, and it's not annoying like the one they have for the Blue Badger. Nick, you've got to find some type of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright, Your Honor. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. No, you got a few. So do I. What you witness. So they're saying I shouldn't press him. I'm going to press him, though. That's my job. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock? That's something a clown can get a rip-off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock, okay? That way I can make a great joke. Let's go, lock in. You know you want to hear the joke. Oh, you know you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, "How is number one?" The man says every day at 6. No, I was gonna read it. I'm pausing it. No, you're not gonna fuck me up. I'm gonna read it. How is number 1? The man says every day at 6. The doctor asks. And 2. The man says every day at 7. Then that's when. Then what's the matter? I slept till 8. Witness. These are exactly the type of jokes you should save for that detective. Ow! You knew that would happen. Don't look at me like that. Don't. No, 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 no! What? This is not. Will not become a kangaroo court. You guys are some pussies. Alright. This isn't funny at all. In more ways than one. Alright. Let's go ahead and save, because I'm still going to press him. You're not going to stop me. Unbelievable. You have no idea. They told me they were going to do that, but I didn't believe them. How? You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. You were pooped that night? Yes. I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. I've got a good reply though. The joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty. Y'all are ridiculous. Why? He's funny. Hating on the boy, bro. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. You just happened to glance out the window. You could say that. You could also say that I peeped, glared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Now, let's see. Why did you decide to look out there? Yeah, exactly why did you look out the window that night? This is a good question. Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot. Your Honor, the witness looked out his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out the window at that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow. That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah. What she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in my favor. Okay. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. Okay. So did you get to see what it was? What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. I'm actually here now. I was doing something. Oh, you're good, bro. Do your thing, bro. We all got lives. Don't. How'd you know that I was going to make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like I suppose it sounded like something getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit. What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though, okay? Far away, you say? Far away. That's interesting. Because it looked like it happened right outside his room. He said it was a bit far away. How did it end up right next to his window? Or maybe it seemed like it was far away because it was snowy. So because it was hard to see, you assumed it was far away. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly how far away they were, let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet away from my window. Okay, alright. Proportions and shit, got you. Just 30 feet, that's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. Okay. That wasn't added to the court record, though, what he just told us. We'll continue. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his clothes. You say you clearly saw this, even though you were there, by your own admission, far away? Or you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with prosecutor Miss Von Karma. But now I am 100% certain that it was Max and the Ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows that, or knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. Oh, they did him dirty, bro. Yeah, I'd feel the same way. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. But Carmen manipulating the witnesses, like always, I see. Oh yeah, always, bro. Yowza. Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw and only what he saw? I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. Alright, now how can you be certain it was Max? That's probably going to be the question here. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. What is he saying? The one chapter where people will agree with Von Karma. This one right here where he's beating the shit out of the clown. He really does, or she. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? Okay. You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found on the murder scene, right? Or at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Huh. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night? I would not permit you to harass this witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Now, this is important, bro. We don't know what the murder weapon is, and he says he saw everything. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. God damn! Look how big that penalty is, bro. Only I am allowed to badger the witness. Type shit. Alright, here we go. Gulp. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why are you loading it up, bro? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Yeah, I do, because we know that there was something that happened with blunt force trauma, right? He got clonked over the head. That's what we know. But, according to the autopsy. But, Mo doesn't even know if he saw a weapon or not. Granted, there was snow. If he said he saw everything, right? He's testifying. I got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated that following under oath, stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way he could have seen Max clonk anyone. Yep, that's a good point. How do you hear that loud thump and then hear the clonk, or see the clonk? Well, here's what I'm thinking. Because what they're saying is, right now, at least so far, is that Russell was carrying a box, got clonked over the head, fell forward holding the box, and slumped over the box, right? But he could have easily dropped the box, then was leaned over it by whoever was holding him captive, I guess, and got executed. That's what I thought happened initially when I saw him. Because I think that loud thump could have been him dropping the box. Mo has obviously developed time dilation technology. His testimony is completely valid. I don't know what you mean, bro. He probably did, man. I think when he jumped through the ceiling of his room, he probably unlocked something using G-force. In 1972, a crackdown. Oh shit! I want to see what that says. In 1972, a crack clown unit was sent to prison by a circus court for a crime. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the lawyers. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, okay. You're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Oh. Okay. He does. I agree. I wonder if they're related. That'd be kind of cool. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my testimony, or my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. Oh, this is just what dude was telling me in the comments. But that says, I don't even know how to say your name, dude. I feel like you've commented before, though. Name looks familiar. So now you are saying that I'll just say Sam. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster. Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent vacation, as they say. Aw, that's not funny. You shouldn't joke about him being dead. Mr. Curls, Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over, and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well. Then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I'll put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. The criminal. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. That's interesting. He didn't say anything about the roses. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Okay. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get to his back straight. So now I'm thinking, what if Max did go outside and see the body, but he was wearing his hat and his cloak, but he didn't do anything? Because it seems like now Mo's basically saying he didn't see the crime actually happen. He just saw the aftermath. I don't know. Let's keep reading. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. Silhouette. All right. Should probably save again. I think I'll lose a life if I press him and he tells a joke. I'm pretty sure that's still a thing. I'm assuming. Okay. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only have belonged to Max. Press him on that. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? The shadow belonged to Max. It's an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I keep belching, sorry guys. Some could say I vividly remember yesterday. No, you don't. You don't remember nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna unlist that stream. I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? And he's going to talk about the symbols. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. He didn't say how many, and he also didn't mention the white roses. So why did he not do that? Let's see. Trello said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? True. I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? True. Well, owls don't. I guess nocturnal birds don't. But that's not all I saw. Okay. His face was silhouetted, but there's no doubt that it was him. Okay, why was there no doubt it was him? You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? You couldn't even see the weapon that was being used. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye. Records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. Okay, that's pretty good. Mine's not at all. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what I actually saw, not what it actually was. Okay. His clothes was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Okay. Something I must have missed here, by the way. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report, yep. With Trillo's testimony and now Moe's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you gotta find a contradiction in this. It's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Moe saw someone other than Max that night. Okay, that's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Okay. So I have to prove he saw someone other than Max that night. It was a bit far away, but the shadow could only have been, only belonged to Max. Hold on. I guess that specific shadow, referring to the one standing over Russell. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Okay. He didn't say anything about the white roses. Now, is there anything I could present suggesting? Would it be this poster? Because on the poster, he has the white roses. And he doesn't mention that. But if he saw the silk hat and the cloak, even though there was snow, the white roses are a complete contrast from the rest of the attire. Also, he said that black cloak. And in this poster, that shit is definitely purple. The poster acts as a simple evidence, right? This is like a direct contradiction right here, right? Because in the poster, it's not a black cloak. It's for sure purple. Unless I'm, you know, misunderstanding it or the game like picked the wrong color, but they wouldn't do that. I'm going to present this and see what happens. Let's go. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. Yep, 3 symbols. Yay, everyone get ready. All together now. Hold on. Well, it is dark, so purple might... Oh, you're right. Yeah, it would look black. But, he would... You're right, for sure. But, he wouldn't know that it's purple, though, because he's seen them outside, or in the light before. You know, so him saying that it's black... you got it, though. You got it. My fault. I ain't gonna be too specific. The game might even be going in that much detail. Yeah. Everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. See, here's where this is wrong, though. Who's to say that good old Russell wasn't about to take someone else out? Because he couldn't really tell. He just assumed he saw the ringmaster. But maybe the ringmaster had his black cloak on and had Max's hat, like I've been saying. And maybe he was about to take out somebody else. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. He just said the whole... I'm not reading that whole number. Silence, fool. You have to respond with the whole truth, not fractions. Order, order. Mo. You didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. Ooh, interesting. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. No, because you said that he could see really, really well. So that's not right. And also, I feel like even though it was snow out, you would be able to see the white roses because of the contrast to the rest of the outfit. I feel like that's right. I don't know. Even if it was not dark. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of this criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. And the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Dude, my brain is like fucking with me whenever I read. Because every time I read something, I'm thinking of what I would say versus what's actually there. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? There's no way I could make someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? It's funny when he doesn't have a nose, but he had his head aimed up high. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all three of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims that there were no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this, Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. Oh, I'm not mature. Oh, you're saying it like, what do you mean I'm not mature? I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubts is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. Nick, this is your last chance. He's going to say one statement, the silhouette part 2. There is no doubt in my mind that there were no Wright roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the SoCat. There is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Okay. Just right, we got one chance at this. Okay, just one chance. I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove to me there is a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. So we can't press him this time. Let me look real quick. Made to order hat that is a symbol of Max's fabulousness found at the scene. Okay. I was hoping it would say something like found on the ground, because at some point it came off for us to even have it as evidence, right? There's no doubt in my mind that there were no Wright roses at the scene. Okay, he truly believes that. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the SoCat. There's no way I could have forget seeing the decorations on it. He didn't describe the decorations, we don't have to worry about that. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. I'd have to present this, right? Because it came off. And for it to come off, it would be at the scene of the crime. I mean, he could easily pick it back up, but they might have been in a hurry to get away after what happened. Don't try it though.
Objection!
This wouldn't happen to be the SoCat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. This sort of problem, Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma. Where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Crime scene. That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. Exactly. Let's go. I'm smart. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No, that's not true. You know what I'm starting to think? I think there was another hat. Because if you remember, Regina bought Max's hat for his costume. So maybe she gave a hat that looked similar to the one that Max had to somebody else to cosplay as Max. And it didn't matter what color it was because it was nighttime. They wouldn't be able to tell. As long as it was dark enough, you wouldn't know. So they had the hat on the whole time. But to make sure that they could plant it on Max, they had to leave some evidence there to prove that he was at the scene of the crime. So they left the hat. That's what I think happened. I still think Regina's involved. You're not gonna fool me. Order, 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 Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Well, why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because he's fucking crashing out. And no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than you. Damn. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him, I swear I saw him, it was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? That's what they mean by him being pitiful, I got it. He left the crime scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. Bro, he's definitely tripping, bro. He left the scene. That's interesting testimony right there. He saw him leave. That's something that we haven't really talked about. Where did he go when he left? If you saw him commit the crime, where did he go when he left? That's super important. Why didn't no one think about that? That's how you find him. By the way, with there being snow on the ground, he didn't leave no trail of footprints. And they said the only footprints that were there was, oh shit. It's Acro. Acro did it. Hear me out. I'm reaching a little bit. Think about it. His footprints were not at the crime scene because he jumped. Huh? Acrobat. No? Alright. He left the scene. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. Got him. Looking acrobats jump like 20 feet and grab onto a window sill or something. Yo. Hey, we've seen somebody fly, alright? He could probably jump pretty high. Alright, no, I'll stop. But you know? No, I'm just saying because there was no footprints. How, if there were two people at the scene of the crime, how is there only one set of footprints in the snow? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that all right with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, What kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. Okay, bro. And I suppose it's possible. I mean, there's a spirit mediums, so why not ultra? Yeah, that's a good indicator too. There's some power. There's some type of like powers involved in this, so maybe he got super jump. But like even then, there should still be another set of footprints, right? Right? You know? I don't know. Because he'd have to, set his feet to jump. I don't know. That's what I expected, you say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? There's no footprints, bro. Is this? It would have to be the crime scene photo, right? He didn't let me save, so this is some bullshit, first off. That's the only thing we have. Because we don't know acro, so we can't say he jumped. It's got to be the scene of the crime, because there's no footprints. Except for the ringmasters. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints. In this photo, we clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Yeah, like how? Like how? 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 Did he drop? Nah, bro. Unless maybe Russell was holding on to the box to give to Mo so he could fire him. That had the salt thing or the pepper thing inside. He was about to fire him, right? So he's walking with the box. And then Acro or whoever the hell dropped the whatever onto his head from up top. So he never even went down there to begin with. But they said they saw two silhouettes. I think the two silhouettes that Mo saw was Russell, and he also saw the ventriloquist. I don't know, dude. I'm just throwing stuff out there at this point. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness testimony from the court record. And I agree. His testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to the court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That hurts. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are going to get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you provided up until now has been false. It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? Just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Nah, bro said that didn't hurt. Oh, he tanked it? Type shit. You know what? That's a good little point there. A little attention to detail. Because Moby hurting himself on purpose for entertainment purposes. So of course a whip ain't gonna really bother him, but then why the fuck did he listen to Von Karma? She must have really laid it in, I guess. Order. Or he likes her. I will have order. Assistant Von Karma, how could you? Don't you bow. Don't stop the courtesy. No. Your Honor. If you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Crows. Ha. You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. He's finna say this dude used super jump. Oh my goodness. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic dribble. Sometimes I wonder if Von Karma is frustrating with her whip, if you get me. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I didn't want to say it, but you said it. So I didn't say it, because you said it. You know? Because I didn't say it. You said it. I vividly remember that. Now it's time for our next segment. Oh no. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw I told you, super jump. Super jump. I told you. He didn't fly, that was a super jump. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. I knew that was going to be a thing. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. If only Forbes said that. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. He right though. He right. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was how do I put this into words? Ain't no way it was actually a super jump. I told you, bro. Come on now. It's all in the details, bro. I'm the master detective. Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a criminal flying. Or a flying criminal. It's the same thing. What do you think about this witness testimony, Mr. Wright? His eyes were playing tricks. I think he's telling the truth. I don't think he flew. I think he jumped. But yes. Because in a lot of these cases, bro, whenever there's someone who isn't at the court, whenever we're doing the whole proceedings, it's always them. Almost always, right? Almost. Damon Gant, Red White, the hobo guy until we brought him there. There's probably been a couple others, but just off the top of my head, those ones, they weren't there until they were, and then they were the ones who did it. He's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he is telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic. Thanks, you're right. Ow. Only a foolish fool. Oh, only a foolishly looking fool would be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. I just can't wrap my head around how that can actually happen. You imbecile. If you disregard a need for proof, Ms. Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got a feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Yep. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Bum, bum, bum. December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Definite Lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties. What in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. Turns out Max used to be an expert pole vaulter. Bro. Oh shit, hearing you say that, what if that's the thing he used to hit him with? He fucking hit him with the pole. And he couldn't see it because it's so thin. And then he pogo, like, you know what I'm saying, that he like posted and went back up to his room, which is where money stays, right back into the window, bada boom, pull the pole in, but then like how did he hide the pole? I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyways, I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless when you're on for you on stage. Nah, man, we use everything that anyone says at all, under any circumstances. I don't care how ridiculous it is, alright? You could have said that the lion swooped in and bit his head off and ran, and I would have been like, you know what, that might be a good point. He didn't kill the lion, he came back and got him. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creeds and never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope I find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Alright, I'm hungry too. I'm glad I just got this done. Oh. So, it's gotta be Acro, right? Acro did it. Maybe it's a love square, like I was saying yesterday. It's not just Trillo or Max. Acro's involved too. Right? No, Money didn't do it. No, he didn't. I'm not trying to have him in here protesting and just going, dude, if we had him in this courtroom, he'd rip off every, he would take Von Karma's whip. I don't know if he could, but he'd probably try. I don't think it's shiny though. So it's gotta be Acro. We haven't seen Acro though. That's the only problem that I'm having. And I mean, I guess that makes sense as to why he wasn't there. Because if he would have got pressed on everything, he would have, been exposed. But even Eenie Meenie was like telling us that she did it pretty much before we got to the courtroom, because she thought we'd never figure out that she was pretending to be her sister. Or I guess her name was Mimi the whole time. That's it for me. I'm going to go eat. Thanks for watching. I think the next stream will probably be... It's probably going to be like Friday or I don't know. What did he say? But then again, why did he not come? True. Maybe he ran off with Regina. Maybe we go back to the circus and they're not there. And then we have to go find them and bring them in. Like Gumshoe style. He'll have to go drive them and chase them down.